farthest we've traveled from our home here in Canada. And I wanted to do this video a little bit differently, slow things down a bit, not do it vlog style, so I'm walking around distracted by the camera. I wanted to experience it while I was there, and now hopefully I can come back and give you a helpful report on what we saw. We were invited by the Tourism Authority of Thailand, so they organized the whole trip for us. We didn't have to do a lot of the research we usually would on a trip like this. They did an amazing job of showing us some of the best that Thailand has to offer. We got there on Air Canada's brand new flight that is direct from Vancouver to Bangkok. It's one of the longest direct flights out of North America. Since this was its inaugural flight, there was a very warm welcome committee for us on the other side, and even a press conference to announce it to the world. We got to spend time in 3 areas of Thailand, each with very distinct personalities. Of course, Bangkok, the major metropolis, also Chiang Mai to the north, but we started with Phuket. It's on an island to the south and is especially known for its beaches and beautiful ocean views. Our first hotel was the Ratcha, which was actually on a smaller island to the south of Phuket. It's very quiet with a secluded feeling, a beach that we mostly had all to ourselves. There's also an amazing lighthouse room with a perfect view of the bay. It was really beautiful. I just wish that we had more than one night there. Then we also stayed in Banyan Tree, Phuket, which was an incredible luxury experience. We had a floating breakfast in our private pool, rode bikes around. There's also a golf course there. It's a huge space and you could really just hang out on the property if you want. But of course, I'd recommend adventuring into town. The night market there is especially well known. It's on one of the more photogenic streets in the city, so of course we enjoyed spending our time there, and stretches blocks and blocks with absolutely anything you could want to buy. Great musical performers, dancers, it happens every week, and you've got to check it out if you're in the area. Then we took another flight north to Chiang Mai, which is a very different area, much more mountainous, tons of vegetation, lots of culture, and wow, did we ever see a lot there. Our hotel there was Anantara, which I was really glad we could spend 3 nights there, really get a sense of it and just relax in their beautiful rooms, explore the grounds, and enjoy the performances. Chiang Mai had a few of my favorite parts of the trip. So for one thing, the temples, we just wandered down the street and the nearest temple to us turned out to be absolutely beautiful. You really just got to walk around and experience them. And Chiang Mai had its own night market, a little bit of a different flavor from Phuket. It was a little more, I describe it as trendy. I mean, this is where I got my new favorite shirt here. Of course, the street food was amazing, but I was surprised by how much I liked the bands that happened to be playing. We just sat down and watched them for a while. Here's one of them, Piano, which I ended up adding all of these guys to our Spotify playlist. Turns out I really like Thai, indie, and pop music. And then in Chiang Mai was the absolute bar none highlight of the trip. This is enough reason to go to Thailand on its own. And that was the elephants. We went to Patera Elephant Farm and took part in their Elephant Caregiver for a Day program.
So we want you to be traveling as an elephant health inspector and see them in a different way.
It's run by this gentleman, Pat, who is an incredible educator and so well-spoken and very passionate about teaching people what elephants need to live a happy and healthy lifestyle. Each elephant has a full-time caretaker that makes sure they have everything they need, are always well-fed. But then when tourists like us come in, it's a way of them making money so they can make sure to provide everything they need for these elephants. There's now 84 on the property, and they've been trying to breed more and more because there are just less and less of these elephants in the wild. So with the Caretaker for a Day program, they show us how to check for any warning signs of health problems, feed the elephants, and bathe them in the river. Now, I'm sure you've seen people's travel photos and videos of elephants before. I can't describe the feeling of being there in person. It is completely overwhelming. These animals are enormous, and they're not even the biggest elephants. I mean, obviously African elephants are much bigger, but their intelligence just really shines through, and you can see them expressing themselves in all of their little movements and everything that they do.
Nearly half of elephant has disappeared in the last 65 years. So don't expect that elephant will stay here on Earth forever. But for us here at Patara Farm, we have 44 baby born, and we have more baby come from your elephant, and also more in the future. So we're gonna try our best to take care of elephant. And I don't love them more than you, but I want to promise that we're gonna take the best care of them. And I'm not just gonna make sure that the elephant get feed, but I will make sure that the children of your boys get to go to school.
Patara Elephant Farms was incredibly well run, and Kun Pat was an amazing host, so I highly recommend it. Go check them out. There's links in the description below for both the farm and all of the hotels. If you need more information about any of this, links in the description. In Chiang Mai, we also got to see the monks performing their daily morning ritual called Tak Bat, where they go around collecting vegetarian food offerings from lay people who in turn receive a blessing from them. We also went out to a local community for some cultural experiences for the day, which included a very rare form of Thai massage that I'd never seen before, where he heats up his foot in oil and gives you a foot massage with his foot onto your body. It was pretty amazing. And by the way, good time to mention, if you're in Thailand, you've got to get some massages because they're offered everywhere for incredibly reasonable prices, and they do a great job. So virtually everywhere we wandered into was really nice. One time, Anya and I got a massage for what turned into 26 Canadian dollars for both of us for an hour. It's definitely part of the Thai experience. And then we went to Bangkok, the absolutely enormous city of 10 million people. And I think we only scratched the surface of what there is to see there, but there was so much beauty to find. Our hotel, the Capella, was absolutely amazing. Not only were the rooms and the grounds great, but one thing I really appreciated, it was right on the river. So that meant that we just got to get in a boat and go on a bit of a river tour to see part of the city, stop by some beautiful gardens. And then we can also take that same boat up the river to the Icon Siam, an absolutely enormous shopping center. I've also got to mention the food, and generally I'm not a food blogger of any kind. I don't take photos of my meals, but Thai food is exceptionally beautiful. I mean, it's all very colorful, extremely complex ingredient lists, and therefore complicated flavors. I really enjoyed a ton of great food there, and I couldn't help but take a few photos of it. To know more about the places we visited, there's links in the description, or I'd recommend following my wife Anya on Instagram because she posted more about the trip than I did, has a bunch of reels about these hotels so you can see them more in depth. And of course, there's that other video you can watch about how I packed for the trip. Thanks for watching, guys. I'll see you in the next one.